So first, why don't you introduce yourself? Why don't you introduce both yourselves, and then tell us the short version of what you were faced with. I know it was quite a traumatic thing, almost like a movie, right? From what I understand. So I'll just point at you when I'm ready here.
Yeah, so I'm Emily. I am, or was, Ezra's previous owner, and then I went and purchased her back after the incident happened. And this is Eugene, who's my stepdad. He was present there when everything went down. So basically, I saw the post on Facebook made by Jamie Magdalene. She spoke out previously, basically calling out what had happened. It didn't take me long to figure out that it was my horse. And I did everything that I could, and we managed to get a truck and a trailer together, and we made that trip out to Quebec. It was about 8 hours there. We got her, we picked her up, another 8 hours home. Yeah.
It was incredible what Emily pulled off in the span of maybe 12 hours. We got a phone call. I got a phone call. Was told about the situation, and it was very, very disturbing. And Emily mobilized myself, her mom. We got a Dodge Ram, a trailer. Within about 6 hours, we were Quebec bound. We drove straight through. Emily was in the back, stressed out. We made a couple of stops. We got into Quebec. Few hours into Quebec, and we made it to the farm where we had Ezra. Emily went to the back of the farm with the trainer that was training Ezra for Solstice, I imagine. They walked her out, and we were happy because we saw Ezra, and she looked good. She was a little tired, you can tell, but she looked good. We got her onto the trailer, which was a challenge unto itself. We had to do a little bit of administrative things in the truck. And as soon as we pulled off of the property, you could see her face, just the tension dropped. We were mobile, we were on our way home, we had the horse, Emily was feeling better. We stopped at the on-road and probably in Coburg, checked on Ezra in the back, she was munching on her hay, we got a couple pictures and she was doing good. But everything was because of what Emily did, finding the horse, talking to Solstice to negotiate to get the horse back. It was almost like out of a movie. It was almost like a rescue. It was great, and she did great, and we got her back, and that's all that matters, that she's safe and happy and healthy at this point.
Did you buy her back?
I did.
Can I ask how much?
I don't want to comment.
No, don't worry. Forgive me for asking. It's one of those things.
That's okay.
But I mean, even that, can I ask you this? And as I say, this might be totally wrong. Did you buy her back for more or less than the fine was?
I will say Solstice purchased the horse from me for more than what that fine is.
So, okay, good.
She purchased
Ezra from me for more than what she's being fined for abuse.
Okay.
So in other words, the fine was more than what you paid for her?
No, not talking about what I paid. I'm saying when Solstice purchased her from me, it was for more than what the fine was. So she's perfectly capable of paying that amount.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
When they request a year to pay it, that's less than what she paid for the horse in the first
Where in
place.
Quebec was this?
It's just outside of Montreal. I don't know.
Was Ezra in? What did it was? She called Ezra something different, right?
She called her Quinn.
Quinn. So was Quinn in danger there, or it sounds like it was okay there?
So Quinn had been sent there to get her out of Solstice's care. It was a trainer.
And that was by animal welfare, or was
No,
that?
that was Solstice's.
Like,
Solstice
she knew
did
that
that.
there was action. So
I don't know what she.
But
why she
the
did it,
crime
but-
happened here, right?
Yeah.
First off, tell me, how do you feel about this judgment?
I'm upset. I'm glad something happened. I'm glad there was a guilty verdict. However, the outcomes are only applicable in Ontario, and as the judge mentioned, she is currently residing in Alberta, so she is free to do whatever she wants, wherever she wants outside of Ontario.
And that's the other thing, like, because the judge said this is the Ontario Court of Justice, it only applies, it's not a criminal code offense, so nothing that he gave for sentencing applies out of province. Your thoughts?
It's discouraging. It's worrisome. I don't want this to happen to another creature. They don't deserve it, and there's nothing we can do to help them.
To play the devil's advocate, from where we started with this story, there's now a guilty plea. She's admitted that she had done this. She's been fined by the court. There has been prohibitions in Ontario. It's not all negative. The court did take it seriously.
Absolutely.
So, from the other's point of view,
Yeah. No, it outcome. It could have been dismissed, and it wasn't. So for that, I am grateful. I guess it's just the fact that she can still go live her life as if it didn't happen. That's disheartening.
She can still do this,
Anywhere else.
and it would be really hard to enforce those
Anywhere
rules.
else. Yeah. So it's great for our industry, but for the others.
Let me ask you this. Mostly, we cover court for criminal matters. The people have to face their day in court. She didn't show up here. I mean, I know you say Alberta, but she's from nearby here, or Hope area. What do you think of that? I mean, it's almost, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. It seems like an easy way out to just not have to face it.
I want to ask one more thing, though. Pete, you know her. Like, you knew her before.
I didn't know her before she bought my horse.
Okay, but you had met her before.
Yeah.
And I get the sense from you, just on how you are today and how you were in the courtroom, there's a real sense of betrayal or something. There's something where you, tell us about that. I can tell this is about your horse, but it's also more than that.
I don't think it's so much betrayal as the industry, there's a lot of buying and selling. It's not an uncommon phenomenon. I thought I did my due diligence, and I vetted her, and she had the certifications, she had the references. So I think I just feel regret, and I feel upset about it more than betrayal, just knowing that I couldn't have done anything different.
How's Ezra doing?
Ezra's doing okay.
Did you bring a fresh picture? Or?
I don't have one on me.
But still working through it, you said last time?
Yeah, a lot of what we do is just working, it's training to build trust again. She wouldn't let people touch her. She wouldn't let people near her. She's let me, we've bonded tremendously, and she's made huge leaps since coming back, but there's still ways to go.
How long did she have Solstice? Or how long did Solstice have Ezra?
So she purchased her in July of 2022, and I picked her up in November.
Do you worry that this could have been done before?
Yes. And as far as I know, via comments and messages on Facebook, people came out after this came out saying that this had likely happened to their horses as well.
And it's one of those things where, do you feel the laws should be across Canada? Here it is, when she got sentenced. Like, she got sentenced for this, but it only applies to Ontario. Do we need stronger laws for animals?
We do. I've read what's available in terms of the Provincial Welfare Act and the Criminal Code. What's there is great, but it's not being enforced to the full extent, so that would be better for our animals. But yeah, it needs to be Canada-wide.
Last question, and it'd be so hard to prove when you think about this, but she brought this on herself by the videotape.
Well, that's the most disgusting part of it, is not only did she do it, she videotaped it, she found it humorous, she posted it for everyone else to see, thinking nothing was wrong.
What was that all about? I mean, is this a dirty little secret that people do, or is this just her?
You know, there's bad apples in any industry. She was one of ours.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
You hear stories in the news. I personally haven't witnessed anything like this. I hope I never have to.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. This has been a very hard process. I love her dearly. Ezra's an amazing horse, and I thought I was doing right by her. So the situation's been hard. I'm glad it's done, and I'm glad we have a verdict. I just wish it never happened.